In this video, I'd like to show you how to get started with CabWriter, including how to download it from our website, download the 30-day free trial, activate that, and then what you would do to activate the software if you choose to buy a license. Then I'd like to very quickly show you how to draw a simple cabinet using CabWriter. This is not intended to be in-depth and show you everything about all the parameters and so on, but because we have plenty of videos of that. But if you just follow along click for click, you'll be able to draw the cabinet as well and just get a feel for how CabWriter works to draw a basic cabinet. And then you can look at our other videos and training materials to go more in depth. And we're going to show you on a Mac, but I will cover how to do this on a PC where appropriate. And if you've already installed CabWriter and want to skip this part, you can go to the next part and take a look at that, or vice versa. So first thing, we go to our website, www.cabwritersoftware.com. We either click this button, 30-day free trial, or go under the products menu and do the 30-day free trial. So I'll just click this button here, which brings me to this screen, and the terms and conditions are here if you want to click on them and take a look. By downloading the trial, you are agreeing to the CabWriter terms and conditions. If you already have a login on our website, you can log in and it will fill in your information for you on the next screen. So I'm going to say download the free trial. It's going to come up with a dialog box where you put in your email address and your first and last name, and you're going to if you want to leave this box checked, I highly recommend it because we can send you new product information, training updates, other important news. So just say download now. And on the Mac, I'm on Safari here, so what's going to happen in a second here is it jumped up here and it's doing the download right now. So different browsers are going to act differently on how it downloads and where it puts the information. So hopefully you know where your downloads go when you download off the web. So here I'm going to look up, and it's going to be a really weird looking folder name, 23B401. So if I go look in my downloads folder for that 23B401. So my downloads folder, 23B401, blah blah blah, 2892, so that all matches. So if I go in there, it comes down as a zip file, which is just a compressed file because there's multiple files in this folder. And on a Mac, it automatically unzips the file. In your situation, it may or may not do that depending on the browser and what machine you're on. So you might have to double click on the zip file, and then it'll open up into a folder like this, and in here will be 4 files. One is a .rbz file, which is the actual CabWriter code. The release notes telling you what's new in this release. A quick start.pdf, which covers a lot of what we're about to talk about, and a CabWriter or Sketchup extension installation procedure. It's very important to note, we're going to do this in a second, it's very important to note that what CabWriter actually is a plugin or an extension to SketchUp. So you have to run SketchUp and then install CabWriter from within SketchUp. So we've already done our download here, so I'm going to go to SketchUp. So if we launch SketchUp, you're going to see this, and if you're not familiar with SketchUp, you may want to take a look on our website. Under here, SketchUp Training, there's a number of options, books, and we have an online video series you can take down here. Basics, yes, the online course, $40. If you purchase CabWriter, you get that course for free. So back here, like I said, it's an extension to SketchUp, so we have to install it from within here. You can't just double click on that file on your desktop. So once you've opened SketchUp, I happen to be in SketchUp Pro 2018. We highly recommend either SketchUp 2017 Make or one of the Pro versions, 17 or 18, preferably 18. They don't make these free version for 2018 and above anymore, but you can still get the free 2017 Make version. The new web-based version does not support plugins, which means it does not support CabWriter. If I say Window, Extension Manager, and this is exactly the same on the Mac and the PC. You go to Window/Extension Manager, and you're going to see this. And this is all the extensions I already have loaded. There's some other ones you may want to pick up, like Construction Plus, Circle Tools, and Layers Manager, that are all on our website. If we go back to the website real quick, and they're under Products, SketchUp Free Plugins. You can pick up those plugins from us, and they get installed exactly the same way. They will come in very handy in your CabWriter travels. So let me pull up that window again, Extensions Manager. So here's all the ones we have. So we're just going to say Install Extension. And we need to go where our document went, or our folder went. So here's our 23B401. And I can verify that because it is CabWriter 2.02, which is the latest release. Notice that's the only one highlighted because it's the only file that SketchUp recognizes as an extension. So you highlight that and hit the Open button. So I'm going to see, but for sure with the Mac, we have to quit out of SketchUp. I don't need to save this, and restart SketchUp for that to take effect. It's going to tell me immediately, unless you've had CabWriter installed before, a license has not been activated for CabWriter. Use the extensions CabWriter Activate License to activate it if you already have a license. If you do not and just want to do the 30-day free trial, it's very important that you click Yes here. So if you click No, you're going to be stuck needing to put in a license. So if you want to start the free trial, which I do, you're going to say Yes. Now you've got 30 days to play with SketchUp, and if you do end up getting a license, you can activate it, and I'll show you how in here in a second. But first, this is the CabWriter Toolbar, and sometimes when you first activate, this does not come up, so it might be closed like this. And if that is the case, to get that to show, you would just go up under on the Mac. It's under View, Tool Palettes, and we click CabWriter, and that'll get it to show. On the PC, it's still under the View menu, but it's the Toolbars sub-selection, and you just simply check CabWriter and then close the window, and you'll see that they appear. Alright, now if you decide you want to purchase a license and activate it, when you're in SketchUp, you would go under Extensions, CabWriter, Activate License. And you would simply put in your email that you purchased the license under, and then the license key that you were sent. And if you buy both CabWriter Pro and CabWriter CNC, you'll enter your CabWriter Pro license first, and then do that again. Go back up under here, CabWriter, Activate License, and you will add the CNC license second. If you ever want to view your license and check for updates, it's going to tell you right now that your license has not been activated, and go ahead and activate it. So until you get a real license, that's not going to work. All right, so if that's all you wanted, you're free to go. Otherwise, I'm going to go into very quickly how to draw a cabinet in CabWriter. So again, I'm not going to spend any time on the ins and outs of it. I'm just going to show you step by step, and you can follow along if you want, or it just gives you a flavor of what you need to do to draw a cabinet. So I'm going to just draw a simple base cabinet. First, we have to create a project. So I'm going to hit Create Project here under the CabWriter Toolbar. It's telling me I've got to first save my file. So I'm just going to save as, we'll just call it Test1. Then I'm going to click this Create Project. It comes up, I can fill in, it fills in the project name for me based on the title of the file. And I'm going to use the wall tool here, construct walls, and I'm going to just click at the origin here, come out any distance, and I'm going to type 120 inches. Now I got myself a wall. Now you're going to hit the tape measure tool, Sketchup tape measure tool, right here. And I'm going to go place it on the where the floor would be on the wall. Click, and I'm going to pull out and type 24 for 24 inches. That's how deep my base cabinets are. If I hit this button here, these are all the CabWriter settings that we cover in all the different videos. This is how what describes how your cabinets are constructed. We can see my cabinet depth is 24 inches and 36 inches tall. So I'm going to use the CabWriter Story Stick tool here. This guy, Create Story Stick. This is how we lay out cabinets in CabWriter. It gives you a little pencil. You have to be on this line that indicates the front of your cabinet. And I'm going to start anywhere here. Click once. Just click once and drag to the right. Any amount, and click again. It's going to say, what do you want the end of this cabinet to be? I'm going to make this the left end of the cabinet. So I'm just going to say left panel. So under the end selector, just say left panel. And now it gives me two triangles that indicate the width of the end of the panel. In this case, it'll have a style there, so it's the width of the style. Now I'm going to, if I hit the Option key, the Control key twice, I get a little D there, and that's my distance tool. So I'm going to click here, go out any distance, and type 40 for 40 inches. And then you'll notice it's only anchored one end of this, and I want my total cabinet interior to be 40 inches because I started from this point. So I'm going to make the end of my cabinet go a little bit more to the right. I'm going to make this a right opening as if there was a dishwasher there. And now I'm going to just use my distance tool again, Control, click here, come over 25 inches, hit return, and go this to the right again and click. And that's going to throw a what we call a connector style or a connector point in the middle of the cabinet. This defines the two boxes of my one cabinet here. When I'm done with that, that's all I'm going to do. It's going to be a two-box cabinet. I'm going to hit the Command key on the Mac or the END key on the PC, and it's going to bring my box selector up, and it's going to notice it's highlighted this opening. I'm going to make that a let's do a drawer bank base with 3 drawers. I'm going to hit next. It's going to ask me what I want to do with this one. We're going to make this a standard base with a drawer. One door, one drawer. Say OK. And there we go. I've got myself a cabinet. Got a bunch of layers that were created within SketchUp with my various components on it. So I can turn off the door layer, I can turn off the drawer front layer, and we can see what's inside. I can turn off the drawer boxes. I can turn off the face frame and just see And I can turn off the end panels and see what's going on. You'll notice, because this is for fully custom face frame cabinetry, if you choose, you notice this isn't two boxes bolted together with a face frame that's bolted together. It's just a unified face frame. That's why we told CabWriter this is one cabinet with two boxes, so it knew to draw a face frame on the whole thing. And you can do frameless just as easily, or some combination thereof. I could load some new, so I chose this load defaults, and I could choose a new set of defaults that I've saved off for frameless. And I could load those. Now I'm set for frameless style of cabinet, and I could redraw this cabinet. CabWriter. So I just right clicked on any part of this cabinet and said we're going to say redraw selected cabinet. Do you want to use the stored defaults? No, the defaults that we drew this with are stored inside every part of the cabinet. But I've changed the defaults. I've changed them to frameless, so I don't want to redraw it with the same defaults it was drawn with originally. I want to draw with the new ones, so I hit no. It's giving me a little bit of a warning. But you can see we turned it into a completely frameless cabinet, and we could have any combination thereof. We could have some styles and some rails. You can have totally frameless, totally face frame. So again, this was not intended to give you full in-depth training on CabWriter. We have that on our website. If we go back to our website, under training, we have the CabWriter training page. We have a 11-part, 6.5-hour comprehensive training video series on the new CabWriter 2 that walks you through every single bit of it and draws a full kitchen and shows you how to do shop drawings and CNC and so on. Or we also have a user's guide, a written user's guide that you can access here. And down below here we have lots of little videos on specific techniques. So again, if you have any questions, you can contact us on our forum up here, or you can email us and we'd be glad to help you out. Thank you. So, if you don't automatically get the dialog box that comes up, you want to say CabWriter Activate License under the Extensions menu.